I wanted to talk a little bit with you guys and gals today about why there's confusion when it comes to the saturated fat in dairy and why this is such a confusing subject. Because again, when you look at the data itself, we know that saturated fat elevates LDL cholesterol. The data at this point is overwhelming that elevated LDL cholesterol is the cause of atherosclerosis. However, it isn't that straightforward in terms of where you get it in the foods and what is in the foods.
Let's see. Finger my ass donatillers, based weigh-in and some burbs for you. Let me see. My ass.
So this is why it gets extremely confusing, as people will say, well, certain saturated fats, I've seen this and it found no correlation with this, and others find this enormous correlation with diabetes and heart disease. Why is this so confusing? Because it matters what food it's from. And I don't mean what food it originated as, but what food it is by the time it gets to your mouth. All right, and I think this is going to really blow people's minds when they think about it. Because this has been studied, because researchers have noticed these conflicts. So they've actually done studies to where the researchers will take someone, track their diet, and then they're like, okay, so what happens if we add different forms of dairy with high amounts of saturated fat, but then add the same amount of saturated fat? What happens to the person's blood work? And as a lot of you would suspect, just like with many other foods, highly refined foods that have been stripped of nutritional value, guess what happens? They produce different effects in the body than the food they originated as.
Well, so the saturated fat in cheese will not raise your LDL as much as saturated fat from butter, and that appears to be from the bacterial culture that's in cheese. So, yeah, the type of processing that it goes through affects how it's going to affect blood markers.
Okay? Milk is a perfect example, because a couple of things have been noted. When it's studied, they found that when, say, skim milk versus whole milk, like zero fat milk versus full fat milk are drank, okay? Everyone's like, oh, so this is obviously...
Dude, it's triggering me that his legs aren't symmetrical here on the thing. Like, this leg is right against the post, this one isn't.
Going to be, a problem, right? We're going to see some negative changes in the blood work from the whole milk, but we don't.
That's not true. You do. Full-fat dairy milk will raise your LDL significantly. It's cheese where you don't see that.
All right? When I say that arms are going to be a priority, that means we're actually isolating them. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do a couple exercises for chest, couple
Zero.
For back, but they hit arms and other stuff.
Zero.
Arms will continue to get isolated.
Zero.
And that is something that we do need to discuss, is that people are like, but your biceps are always kind of like, I'm like, but I thought town yesterday.
Blaha has some of the best mints. Let's see. The only path to Nutellers. Can we all watch the scene? It's one of my favorites, lol. Let me see.
So gone long periods of time with no curls, and sometimes if I did curls, it was hammer curls and so on. That's really the issue. That really and truly is the biggest issue. I have long arms, so it's harder to fill them out. And
he does not have long arms. He's like 5'7" tall. He does not have long arms.
I really neglected them. Right? So again, that's kind of come up if someone say, well, you can't.
Like, dude, I'm 6'3". Like, I have big arms. Like, what's Blaha's excuse? The only excuse is he has bad genetics and he doesn't train his arms.
Claim that you know how to train your back, and then your back is big, but you know how to train biceps. Like, I do know how to train biceps. I think we've demonstrated that with discussion. But knowing how to actually training them is two different stories. I did tons and tons of rows. Keep in mind, most of my back development came from rows. Rows do work biceps less than pull-ups and chin-ups. That is documented in the lab. And then I would neglect curls. So of course they're underdeveloped. Again, particularly.
Dude, the amount of excuses, like he says, oh, I have bad arm genetics. Oh, my arms aren't actually that small. And then he like fakes his arm measurement claiming he has 18-inch arms when he doesn't. They're like 15 and a half. And then he'll like make up other excuses like, oh, well, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't really care if I have big arms. Then once he realizes that his arms are a weak link when he's like bench pressing, he'll fucking talk about, oh, I'm training arms just fine. I just have bad genetics. Like, oh, like the endless list of excuses this guy makes. Mike donated $2. How funny would it be if her...
Call 911. You gotta be a freak is murdering this beat. Holy fuck, this is fucking hilarious.
This shit is not fucking funny. Do you think it's funny? There's nothing fucking funny.
You gotta be a freak.
Do you think it's fucking funny? This shit is not fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. This is kind of funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's fucking funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. This is kind of funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's fucking funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. Fuck you, so I wish they get Ebola. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hope they get Ebola. Fuck you. Think about it. I wish they get Ebola. Stop and think about it. Think about it. With fucking Ebola. Why do I do it? And when I do this, you understand? Why do I do this? Fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. This is kind of funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's fucking funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny. This is kind of funny. It's not fucking funny. Do you think it's fucking funny? This shit is not fucking funny. There's nothing fucking funny.
You gotta be a freak is killing it right now.
We gotta watch more of these Blaha music videos.
And there were easily a couple thousand people there, which means there were at least 1,000 men there. Everyone in shorts walking around. And topless, yeah. Well, the women are topless. But I can tell you something that I noticed. There were a lot of guys there who clearly lifted. Now, on the internet, people would look at them and say, do you even lift, bro? Or do you even lift, faggot? But they clearly lifted, and quite a few of them were clearly on gear. And yet, looking through the crowd, out of all those men, out of at least 100 men who looked like they lift, and plenty of young men there, I would say the number of guys I saw who were under 14 to 15% body fat, who weighed over about 160 pounds, was fucking zero. Not one. And here's the thing. Looking through there, I saw plenty of guys who didn't have amazing physique, who had hot girlfriends and girls with them. And so it begs the question of why guys put that much effort into thinking that they need to be really shredded or be 10% body fat or lower while carrying a substantial amount of muscle mass if their goal is not to make a living off of their physique or their performance. Now people will ask me, well, Jason, why are you doing that? Why are you going through the trouble to get leaner and working towards being ripped while being fairly big? And my answer is because I want to make over $100,000 a year doing what I do. And if I only have the potential to make 50 grand a year doing it, there's no fucking way I would put myself through that. And I sure as hell wouldn't do it to try to get girls. I got girls when I was fat. So.
By the way, when he says he got girls when he was fat, his last wife that he married, what he met on a David Icke forum, and she believed interdimensional lizard aliens were controlling the government. Like, those are the types of girls that Blaha gets with. Crazy, wacko bitches who aren't even good looking. His last girlfriend, fucking Moon Cookie, she was a fucking crystal meth addict. He doesn't even have a girlfriend now. He has this chick living in his fucking house that's wanted for murder. She murdered her drug dealer, and she's a heroin addict.
It's a non-issue, and any of you guys who think that it's going to help you get girls or that it's even a factor have lost your fucking minds. I don't know. Anything you want to say in there?
I don't know. I think you look good in all those shirtless pics I've seen.
Okay.
That's all I got to say.
I got a rub and tug
Masters.
You gotta be a freak is murdering this beat.
We read the book. We used to sit around and read their books. We read the book.
You gotta be a freak. Beats.
We read the books. Science says you're full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. I don't really think it's hard. It's hard. We read the books. All of you guys are full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. All of you guys are fucking hard. We read the books. Science says you're full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. I don't really think it's hard. It's hard. We read the books. All of you guys are full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. All of you guys are fucking hard. We read the books. NFL players, professional rugby players, international soccer players, professional rugby players. Fuck that. Bunch of fucking faggots. Beta pussies. Fuck that. I don't want to be a cocksucking faggot. Beta bitches. The fuck. Bunch of fucking faggots. Cocksucking faggot. Beta bitches. The fuck. Because I'm not shy and I'm not a pussy. There ain't no pussy here. You have me fucked up with somebody else. Got me fucked up with somebody else. Science says you're full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. I don't really think it's hard. It's hard. We read the books. All of you guys are full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. All of you guys are fucking hard. We read the books. Science says you're full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. I don't really think it's hard. It's hard. We read the books. All of you guys are full of shit. We used to sit around and read their books. All of you guys are fucking hard. We read the books.
You gotta be a
I think he had one where, didn't he have one where, what was her name? Rose something? His aunt?
Alan, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Alan, bro, I'm talking to you. Talking to you. You know what? Fuck you. Alan, that would be you. Talking to you, fuck you. You are a piece of shit. You know what? Fuck you. Alan, bro, I'm talking to you. Talking to you, fuck you. You are a piece of shit. You know what? Fuck you. Alan, that would be you. Talking to you, fuck you. You are a piece of shit. You know what? Fuck you. Alan, bro, I'm talking to you. Talking to you, fuck you. You.
Sherry. That's what it is.
Live in a house with air conditioning. I'm not natural. Neither are you, right? I'm in a lag right now. Hold on. Yeah, guys, I need to shut this down. Okay, bye. Now, keep in mind, if we add that same amount of saturated fat, it's studied whole milk itself. All right, so what happens when the same researchers are like, well, what happened? Because the same thing when we go, hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it's time for Dad Bod to Daddy training. Workout went pretty good. Today was, of course, chest and tricep day. And I did the benching, a little heavier today. Started with flat bench today. I started with incline last week.
Yeah, so he's gotten a lot weaker. He's probably off steroids.
I still want to make incline a bit
Like maybe
priority,
completely.
but also, I feel like with the overhead press now added back in on shoulder day, not going to be that big of a deal to just do incline to the second and push it really, really hard. Also, keep getting leaner. It's what I need for shoulder 12. The thing is, though, everything is a tricep exercise. So I'm like, I really only need 2 good isolation movements for the triceps because I'm doing 3 other exercises that hit the
Oh wow, he's actually doing skull crushers fairly well now.
triceps. And the pullovers, I think, I've noticed they really give me an intense pump, especially with the higher reps on those.
Could maybe go slightly
Easy,
lower,
the
but
normal work
he's actually using like proper form.
weight again, which I was able to do with this being the first tricep.
Never thought I would have seen it.
I like the way, though, this 60 degree incline extension feels, though, behind the head. It gives such a different feeling, right? It gives quite a bit different feeling. My rib cage are that big. Hands up so much. The pullover, I decided, instead of doing the cross bench, I want to And the benching, I feel on the whole out. Just the pump I get from.
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah.